So we're working on a third gen 4Runner. This happens to be a 1997 Toyota 4Runner. I was going to pull the airbag on this thing, and I'm going to go do some other things to it. But just wanted to show you guys how it's done. It's pretty simple, just like most airbags. The first thing you want to do is pop off this cap on the left side, and there's a bigger cover on the right over here. So I'll go ahead and do that first. Use a small screwdriver, it'll work best, but I don't know where my screwdriver is, so you can just pry it off these things too. So oops. Once it's off, if you look inside, you will see security screw. It's kind of hard to see. There's one on that side, and there is another one on this side. It's a little bit easier to see here. You just take those out. So these are T25 security screws. I will show you. Looks like this. It's a star. Once you have the security screws removed, this horn pad or safety pad, I think it's called a horn pad with the airbag, comes out, and then you'll have a clip right here which just needs to be undone. So if you look carefully, you'll see there are two tabs here. These need to be pushed together, and then this thing should pop up, the white clip. Let's see if I can get this. It's kind of hard with one hand. There we go. And once this rocks up, you should be able to push this button here. Oops, disconnected the back. Push this button down and it should pull right out. Yeah, that's a little bit hard to do with one hand, but it's not too bad with two hands. Unit disconnects. If you need to replace this airbag, you can replace it, and yeah, and that's pretty much it. If you want to get to the clock spring is behind the steering wheel, which I guess I can access now anyways. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work to the cruise control system on this thing, so first thing you're probably going to want to do is undo this nut right here. One thing that I did want to mention, just so that you don't lose the orientation of your steering wheel, you will want to mark where the steering wheel sits or how the nut sits. You can, I don't know, however you want to do this. At least that way, you know when the steering wheel goes back on, how it's supposed to be. So if you just rock the steering wheel back and forth a little bit, it'll pop right off. One thing I forgot to mention is that for those of you with cruise control, you guys will have this clip which sits upside down into the clock spring right there. All you gotta do is push this together. It might be a little bit hard, so you might want to use some needle nose pliers, but you should be able to access it. I actually removed the steering wheel first and kind of forgot about it and just disconnected it afterwards. So that's how you'd access your clock spring. I hope this helped you guys, and in order to put it all back, you just reverse the steps. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. So for those of you that are continuing on, I am going to be removing this cruise control stock. You can use it, you can replace it, or I'm just removing it because I don't need it anymore. But what you have to do is, on the back of this, you have this black cover right here which needs to come off, but it's held on with a few screws. If you look carefully right here, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. So once the screws are removed, you can just pretty much, the cover's loose. Oh crap, you don't want to drop that. And the thing should come loose, and that's that. Next thing you want to do, if you want to remove the stock, this cruise control stock, there are two screws that you undo right here. And I'll go ahead and get to it right now.